What's up, YouTube? This is CJ.
And Sarah.
It's a Wednesday, and that means it's time for another keto
Conversations.
So let's get started. That was your cue.
So I have noticed on a lot of the channels that I watch on YouTube, both food related and non-food related, that a lot of people are doing an Amazon favorites video. So things that they like from Amazon, things that they use, and some of these products are related to our channel, of course, because they're food or kitchen items. And then I'm also going to have a couple of items that are not food related in this video. So that's what we're going to be talking about today.
Right. And we buy a lot of stuff from Amazon.
We do indeed. Not just simply because we live in Washington State and we're supporting Jeff Bezos. No, that's totally a joke. It's convenient.
I think we've got like 5 or 6 packages coming today.
Yeah.
It's a Sunday when we're making this video.
It's convenient. I think sometimes you can find things that are difficult to find in your area on Amazon. Sometimes it is the same or less for certain products on Amazon than it would be if you went out to some of your local stores and purchased them.
Sure.
So there's a lot of different reasons why we find Amazon convenient and why we shop there.
Sure.
So.
All right, so let's get going. Sarah's going to kind of lead this because she's the expert with these types of videos.
I don't know about expert.
But we will go from there. So.
Okay. So I think one of the first things that I would like to talk about is some food and kitchen related tools. Things that I have been asked about in some of our videos, or also things that I personally find helpful when making recipes, or things that I use in my daily life that I really enjoy that are kitchen/food tools. So a couple of those things would be my bamboo salad tossers. I really love these. These come in handy for a lot of different things, not just like regular green salads, but also when I've made the broccoli salad and the faux potato salad, any of your salads made during the summertime. I really like them. They have little knobs at the back that can assist in resting it on the bowl if that's what you would like. I also like the fact that these are made with bamboo, which is a sustainable material, so that's always nice if you're trying to be green. But also they wash up well. And they're very waterproof, so I do like those about them. And of course the size is very much like hand.
How long have you had those?
I've had these for over 2 years, and I use them quite often, and they're still in really good shape. They hold up very well, so I really enjoy those.
Okay.
So that's one thing. The next thing is my Matcha Stick. Matcha. Like okay. Matcha. I think that it is actually marketed for matcha tea, matcha green tea, which is a powdered form, super concentrated green tea. And so that's what this one is particularly marketed for. But I use mine for both my regular coffee and my iced coffee. For my iced coffee, I use the Greek frappe method, which is using powdered Nescafe and whipping it up, similar to the Greeks do, to make their frappes. So it works really well for that, just to make sure that I got all of the instant coffee off of the bottom of my cup, and also it gives it that frothy thing.
So you basically turn it on and
it takes 2 AA batteries.
It spins.
Yes, and it spins a lot.
Right.
So it really froths everything up. And then, probably about 7 months ago, I decided to start doing my hot coffee that way, and I will generally warm my heavy cream in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and I will froth it before I use my Keurig and put my coffee in there, and it just kind of makes it fancy because I'm a fancy gal.
Yeah, and I personally don't think the fanciness is for my coffee is needed, but that's you.
In case you didn't know, CJ is not fancy. I am fancy, so that's how I do it.
Why would you say I'm not fancy? I'm fancy in different ways. Unfortunately, our kids have started using this, and one day, a couple of weeks ago, I came in the kitchen and there was strawberry milk like all over the kitchen. There
is a learning curve. You do have to put it down fairly far down into the glass in order to do what you want. But this is, it's like $6 or $7. So yeah. I really find this indispensable. In fact, I put it in my suitcase and took it to Las Vegas.
Which I was surprised about. I was surprised they let you get that through. I thought they would think that was a weapon.
And apparently they didn't, because I didn't have any issues either way. So just FYI. So the other thing that I would like to talk about is some of the silicone tools that I have in my kitchen, and I got these on Amazon. You'll remember if you've watched our latest video that I made the magic cookies in this silicone mini muffin pan. I also have 2 other sizes. This is my quarter sheet pan, and then also just my regular sheet pan. And this one is kind of nice because you can buy them with cookie holes or spots, biscuits, anything you wanted to do on this. It kind of gives you a guide as to where to put your scoop.
Yeah.
And so all different kinds of silicone things come on Amazon. They're usually very inexpensive. Sometimes they come in sets. I also got my donut bagel maker one on there.
Right.
So there's several reasons why I enjoy these. Number one is because of the ability to clean them. They're usually a little easier to clean and get things off of. Things pop out a lot easier, and so you're not left trying to scrub inside a solid surface. Another reason that I enjoy it is, this reason here. We live in a tiny house, in case you're new to our channel.
I'm sorry, not a tiny house like the new tiny house range.
Not like on wheels.
Not like 400 square feet, but it is still.
But 900 square feet
yeah.
for five people, 2 adults and 2 children. So it is very, very small. Our house is from the 50s. So as far as space, storage space, it is very, very limited here. And so anything that I can roll up and tuck in a drawer or put in a very small space for me is ideal. So that is another reason why I really enjoy the silicone things. So ease of use, things not sticking to them, and also the ability to store it away very easily, I find are all definite reasons why I think these are an Amazon essential. And of course you could find these locally in a lot of stores, but I just feel like you get a better variety. And like I said, a lot of times they come in multi-packs, like multiple sizes of something, which I find convenient.
Yeah.
So.
And when we did the last batch of magic cookies, I actually was the one who, after they cool, popped them out. And so I can verify that it does pop out very easy.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, it was simple to use and simple to remove the cookies.
Now this particular item is actually something that CJ had before we moved in together, and you've probably heard of Dash as a brand name. They're also the ones that make the mini waffle makers that are so popular for making chaffles and things like that. This product is also from Dash, and this is the egg cooker. And it's funny because one of the videos that I watched on a non-food related channel, it was actually a beauty channel, and this gal I really enjoy from Texas, and this was actually one of her favorites. So she was talking about Amazon favorites and favorites in general, and this was one of the products because this is actually an egg cooker, and it comes with different choices. So you can make your hard-boiled eggs just using, it's got little holes in here for making hard-boiled eggs. It comes with a special little tool that gives you the amount of water that you put in to get whatever firmness you want on your eggs. And then it has a little tool at the bottom for actually poking the hole in your eggs to assist them in hard boiling. There's also a little tray if you wanted to make poached eggs or omelets.
I've never figured out the omelet piece. They say omelets, but I've never figured it out.
But if you wanted to make poached eggs, if you liked poached eggs, you could do that with this. But then you put your eggs in here and you put the lid back on, and when you push the button, it has a timer. So your eggs cook exactly the same every time, and you don't have to watch them, you don't have to wait, you don't have to put them in cold water. We find that if we do it to the specified time and then we just let them sit there, they cool down and do whatever they need to do on their own, and then you have perfect hard-boiled eggs all the time.
Yeah, and this actually really does, like Sarah said, it does it consistently. But it gets really hot as well. So, but
it's fairly quick. I have never.
I think it's like 11 or 15 minutes, something like that. But when they get done, so this model actually has an alarm.
Right.
But I think there's some models that you can buy off of Amazon that don't have the alarm. But this one has an alarm. It is plenty loud for you to know.
It's extremely irritating. You're not going to miss it.
And it will, I don't think it stops. It just keeps buzzing until you come in and turn it off. So, but then even after that, what we found is it's good to just let them sit for a while because they are extremely hot. And the little hole that you punched in it is how it's, basically cooking the egg from the inside out.
You can even remove the lid and let them cool room temperature. That'll even speed up the cooling.
But I used to always have issues with just boiling eggs. It felt like it was a lot of work.
Set the timer. Am I sure it's done?
Yeah.
Some of them would have like blue or green in them. I don't know, on the yolk. I don't know if you've ever had that happen to you before. Sometimes the yolks would be discolored, and do them in vinegar so they peel easy, and make sure you got old eggs, and there's all of this rigmarole of
just
tips.
boiling the egg. And
this is just so much easier because they're always the same. They peel well. It's even. So
all right, what else?
Okay, the other thing I'd like to talk about is specialized tools. So things that you might not be able to find locally. Like for me, that happened to be a microplane. So a microplane is used for doing zests, like lemon zest, lime zest, orange zest, things like that. I found it very difficult to find any type of tool of this fashion locally. Probably if I went to a Crate and Barrel or, Sonoma Home or one of those really fancy home stores, then I might be able to find something like this. You don't want me to hurt myself?
You're talking and you're like, you don't. Let's go ahead.
Like the chef on the Muppet Show.
Go ahead.
Borga.
Just go ahead and do what you're doing.
So anyway, if you're looking for something that's specialized like this, a zester or something that you might have a hard time finding in your local area, I find that Amazon is a good place to locate and procure items like that at a decent cost. So definitely any kind of specialty tool I've found quite easily on Amazon.
Right.
Okay, so that is it for our kitchen gadget section. Now we're going to talk about supplement. And of course, we buy a lot of our supplements on Amazon.
I think we buy all of our supplements on Amazon. Not most. We buy all.
Convenience.
Sure.
Choice.
So we're Amazon Prime members, so we pay like a yearly fee, and we pretty much guarantees is 2-day delivery. Although there are some items that end up being a little bit longer than 2 days, but some
items are even 1 day or the next day.
Yes, right. So. Some items we order, we get them the very next day. In fact, there's been times when we've ordered stuff, and you can, depending on what time of day you order, you can almost get it the same day.
Right.
So now, of course, we live in a kind of a very large metropolitan area where there's Amazon warehouses all over, but we get all of our supplements from Amazon.
But I know that we've been asked quite often if we use an electrolyte supplement. I know that our last Keto Crate had an electrolyte powdered supplement in it, and we have used that one before. The Ultima brand is very good. But if you want to take something that is not in a drink form, say you don't want a Zip Fizz, you don't want any of those kind of things, you don't want to have to put it in 16 ounces of water, you just want to take something, these work very well. I use them, CJ uses them, you can use them when you're fasting. It's simply just straight electrolytes. We have 2 different kinds here because this particular company makes 2 different kinds. We have one that's just the plain electrolytes, and then this one has a little bit of caffeine in it. So for me, sometimes if I'm feeling tired and it's 10 o'clock at night and I still have to go to work and work all night, sometimes I will take one of these when I get to work. So it assists me with just a little bit of caffeine, but it also helps make sure that I have gotten enough of my electrolytes during the day. Of course, you take these with water, and you definitely want to stay hydrated no matter what type of electrolyte supplement you're using or if you're drinking electrolytes. But it does kind of round out, maybe if you've missed something during the day. Works well in the summertime because if you're sweating or you're getting hot, or CJ when he's exercising. There's just different reasons why it might be beneficial.
Right. And the only thing that I get a little irritated about on Amazon, so there's reviews, and we read reviews quite often, but a lot of times, and I wish companies would stop doing this, sometimes you find on these bottles that they'll have, like if you give a review, you get a free bottle. And every time I see that, it's a bit irritating because you don't know if the reviews are so good because of the free bottles that people are getting.
So sometimes you have to read through and make sure it's verified.
Yeah, so... but again, this is a brand that we have used consistently over and over again.
Yeah.
And so even though it has that little sticker on top, there's like a sleep supplement that I use as well. It also has the, hey, give us a review, you will send you a free bottle. We keep buying it because it works.
Right.
We're satisfied with the product.
Not because we've gotten anything from it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have you ever even
No, I've never
free?
even got anything
so.
free from them.
So we just continue to use it because we do like the product and not because they've given us anything.
Yeah.
So.
All right. Well.
All right. So our next category is going to be sweeteners. So I make sweet recipes on CJ's Keto Kitchen twice a month. Generally, when I make a sweet recipe, it is going to include some form of natural sweetener. So we do use natural sweeteners at least twice a month here on CJ's Keto Kitchen. And most of the time, I'm not winging it. Like with the magic cookies, I had to make them multiple times to get them to be magical. So we do indeed go through sweetener, maybe even a little bit more than your average person living the keto lifestyle.
Sure.
So some of the products that I really enjoy are the Silicone Gold, which is the brown sugar alternative. And I have personally found that Silicone Gold brand is my favorite of this type of product. Other people love Swerve. You can find Swerve Brown a lot of times on the grocery store shelves. I went into Albertsons the other day, and I actually took some pictures and showed CJ because they had allulose there, they had brown sugar Swerve, they had, all kinds of stuff. So more and more grocery store shelves are starting to provide these things. But sometimes for me, I still find certain brands that are a little bit more difficult for me to find. I'm not even positive if I could find Silicone Gold locally. And like CJ said, we live in an urban area. So, but I happen to like this particular brand. And I know I can consistently get it for a decent price on Amazon. So that's one of the reasons. The other two brands that I have tried and I do enjoy from Amazon is the Anthony's brand and also the So Nourished brand. I've been extremely happy, especially with the So Nourished, their erythritol and monk fruit blends, both the granular and the confectioners. Anthony's is also good. I usually will vacillate between brands based on who has the best price at the time, because you definitely want to see how much is in here. Like this is 16 ounces. So if you can get a pound for the same price you can get 12 ounces for, definitely do that.
Yeah.
Sometimes Anthony's is on top, sometimes So Nourished is on top. So to me, they're both consistent brands. I've been happy with both of their products, so I always go based on price. So definitely keep that in mind when you are shopping on Amazon. Look for the price and also look for the ounce amount.
Yeah. And then another thing about using Amazon is, so yeah, we do live in a large metropolitan area, but the problem, because I know like people say, well, wow, you can get that out, you can get Swerve at Walmart, you can get these what are those, these are some chips now that Walmart's carrying. But the problem we have with our Walmarts are a lot of times this stuff is not on the shelves.
Exactly.
They may have a space for it, and because of what we do, we don't have time to be running all across town. We've got to be able to consistently get.
We have a time constraint as far as preparing food and getting it filmed.
Right, and so we know that with Amazon we can do the whole 2-day thing or 1-day thing, and we're going to get it. They will tell us if they don't have it, because we've had times when we've looked on a Walmart site and they say they have it. We go there and it's not there.
Right.
So we know that another reason we use Amazon is because we know that we can consistently get.
You're able to track your packages. Usually they'll give you an estimated time of delivery, other things like that. If you have problems, there are people that you can call and speak to. So that is another benefit.
Yeah. Now, I will say this. We are Amazon affiliates. I think we don't make any secret about that. But even if we were not, I can honestly say that we would still be using Amazon.
Yes.
So all that means by us being affiliates is that if you buy something and you follow one of our links, that we get a tiny
we're talking
a tiny kickback.
We're talking cents, not dollars.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're not getting rich.
You spend $50, we might get a quarter.
Right. It's not a way to make money.
No.
Let's just put it that way.
So,
we provide that list for our subscribers or for our viewers as a way for them to find the products that we are using, so that if you want to do exactly what I have done, using exactly what I have used, you would have that opportunity to do it.
But I do want to be clear, because people see that, and I know how people think. People are like, oh, well, you know, you're saying all this because you're an affiliate, you're going to get paid. Yeah, you know what, we do get a kickback, but like I said, if you spend $5, we might get a nickel.
And we aren't a large enough channel where we have sponsored videos or anything like that at this point. Most of the time, if we talk about a product or we have an affiliation, perhaps someone might have given us products to test, but we're not making money on doing that. It is strictly, here's a product, try it out.
Try it out.
So that's how that thing works.
That's just being real. All right, what else you got?
Okay, so I do get often asked about some of the beauty products that I use. If you were strictly here for the food-related content, you can go ahead and exit the video. But if you would like to know some of my further favorites from Amazon that are not food-related, not kitchen-related, that is what this section of the video is going to be.
And while Sarah's getting all that beauty stuff, I will tell you this. So, I mean, I'm telling you, Amazon has so much stuff. So, like, for example, last summer, our lawnmower just, one of the wheels just disintegrated. So we have a self-propel lawnmower.
I think you hit something that wasn't supposed to be in the yard.
I don't know. But it just, one side just disintegrated. Where did we go find the part? Amazon. We put in what we were looking for. I think we got a model number from somewhere, and bam, 2 days it was here.
Yep.
We've done that for hinges for. We had a cabinet that we purchased. It didn't have hinges for one of the doors. Wow. We went even to the local stores, the Lowe's, Home Depot. Yeah, they had these weird. I was going to say something. They had these weird hinges. And wow, we looked on Amazon and they had the exact hinges we needed to do what we needed to do.
Birthdays, Christmas, you know, it comes in the box, it's ready to go, you wrap it up,
or you can get them to wrap it for you.
Yeah. So it's amazing. If you need to send something to someone else, like CJ's parents live in Georgia, if he needs to send them something for their birthdays, their anniversaries, Christmas, whatever the case may be, he's able to send it directly to them. They're able to have it. It's a win-win in that situation. So,
okay, go ahead, do your...
So, some of the beauty products that I enjoy, I'll talk about just briefly. And the first one is, you know, we're talking about cosmetic ingredients here. So, foundation. Cover up, that's what you put on your face. I've been using the Revlon Color Stay since it came out in 1996. Dang, I'm old. They have changed the formula over the years to, you know, they've slightly changed ingredients, but I'm still using the same foundation since I was in my early 20s. So it's a great product. I like it. The best price that I have found has been on Amazon. Yes, I can go to my local Walmart, but Amazon's price beats this. Same with the face powder that I use, Coty Airspun. This stuff's been around since the 30s, so I haven't been using it since the 30s. I am old, but I'm not the group leader.
Well, actually, you could say you're that old, but you just look really young.
That's why I look so great.
You look so great because you use these products.
Be aware that this face powder, if you do choose to buy this particular face powder and you've never used it before, that it does have a strong scent. It has a vintage smell to it. So it does have some fragrance in it. If you are sensitive to fragrance, then you might not be interested in this product. Lipstick, my favorite. I am a lipstick wearer and I wear lipstick every day, all the time. I find that Amazon has the best prices, the best selection. A lot of companies will discontinue colors in your drugstore, your Walmarts, your grocery stores, and Amazon will still carry them. I'm very fond of Maybelline's product. I'm wearing this one today. It's called Pink Fetish, and it is not at all pink. It's coral, but that's beside the point. I really enjoy their formulations. I also like Revlon, especially for your bright colors, your reds. I like to wear red lipstick a lot. So most of their lipsticks are $5 and under. The other thing that I really like about Amazon that we have not discussed yet, unless I'm not remembering, is the ability to do things on subscribe and save.
No, I was just thinking about that.
So if you're not familiar with subscribe and save, do you want to talk about what that is?
Well, go ahead.
Okay.
Sure.
Subscribe and save is usually a setup that you can do for things that you use on a continual basis. So it's basically, if I am using my foundation and I need it every month, say I'm going through a bottle every month, which I do not do, but if I did, I have it on subscribe and save. So it will come to me the same time of the month that I set it up every month, and it will just automatically come out on the card that I set it up under.
Right.
So you're continuing to get products that you might use on a monthly basis. I have our laundry detergent set up on subscribe and save. We have some of the supplements that we take that we know that we're going to run out of in 30 days because it's a 30-day supplement. So it just makes it convenient, and usually you save 5 to 10% on your product by setting it up with subscribe and save. And you're not obligated to use that every month. If you find out, okay, hey, I did not use my entire bottle of foundation for the month of March, you can go in there and skip months, you know, and you can also set it up for times that aren't monthly. You could set it to be received every 2 months or every 3 months.
Yeah, it's pretty flexible.
So it's just an option. So the last product that I wanted to talk about that is beauty related, I guess, although CJ can and does use products like this too, so do my children. This is O'Keeffe's Working Hands. I use hand lotion every night before I go to sleep. And so I will usually pick the heaviest, thickest, sometimes greasiest hand creams in the universe, because even though I don't necessarily like to wear those products during the day, because then I'll find that it bothers me and I want to wash my hands, you know, because I'm doing other things. But when I go to sleep, I find that I'm able to just put a product on like this, or like Neutrogena hand cream, some of your really thick, balmy creams, and put it on and go to sleep, because I'm going to sleep and so I'm not noticing. I'm not doing anything with my hands, but it allows it to then remain on your hands unbothered for the entire time that you're sleeping. And so because I use my hands so much, both in cooking and cleaning here in my home domestically, and I also clean for a living, that it's essential for me, especially during the winter time, that I have something that's super duper strong. And a product like this one, O'Keeffe's, is for hands that do a lot of work. And men use it too. This has no scent, so it works really well if you're finding that you've got, I know this time of year I get dry skin right here, you know, where your fingers bend, and you know, you get dry cuticles and that kind of thing. So using something like that, especially before you go to bed when you're not going to be using your hands, can help ward off getting any kind of cracks or anything that ends up being very painful.
So I didn't know we had this in our house, and so I maybe used
because I hoard it in my lotion drawer. Although you did share your Utterly Smooth with me.
Yeah, I shared some Utter Cream.
Yes.
So, but yeah, subscribe and save is a convenient option. You've got more stuff on subscribe and save. Every time I try to use it, I think I've only got one thing on subscribe and save. Although we use the same account, but there's some stuff that's in her name, some stuff is
and a lot of the products that I used, you know, I have used for a number of years before we lived in the same house. Yeah. So I just transferred the address. So it was, you know, set up subscriptions that I've had from, you know, 3 or 4 years ago.
So we get stuff all the time, and it's interesting because I see all these orders, and but the cost is like a lot of times like nothing. I mean, just because of the savings. So, anything else?
I think that's basically everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So this was a little bit of a different kind of keto conversation. I don't know how often we'll do this. We're always looking for topics for this particular segment. We do these keto conversations every Wednesday where we talk about the keto lifestyle, try to give you tips on how to make keto easier, how to make it so you can have success and adopt keto as a lifestyle, because that's how we live. So we do this every Wednesday. We do new recipes every Sunday. So if you're new here, just stumbled upon this channel, consider subscribing.
Yeah, if you have stumbled upon this channel and you've liked what you've seen, we have noticed by looking at some of our information that we have a lot of people who view our videos but are not subscribed. Yeah. We definitely would like you to have us as part of your regular rotation.
So again, if you're new here, we would love to have you as part of our keto family, and we hope that you have a great rest of the week. Take care of yourself, and we will talk at you later. Bye-bye. Peace.
Peace.